We all know calendars. We use them to remember or to set reminders about important appointments. And most of the parents I asked are using them on their device and share them with their partner to make sure appointments and important events are not clashing. Now, we can share those online calendars with our older children, especially when they are not living in the same place we do. But I would like to invite you to get away from devices and on to the good old calendar. And this not only because it's refreshing to be offline, but also because it allows us to connect offline. Being able to manage a calendar is important for all of us, and our children will need this skill their entire lives. They will need to manage tasks, activities, and appointments. It also helps our children to develop their executive function skills or foresight, time sense, and planning. Like Tera Sumpter points out in one of her posts on Instagram, where she presents a 5-step scaffolded sequence of steps that is similar to what I will mention here, and that we mention also in the description of this activity in our toolbox. You can start this with our children when they are 3 years old, but in this video I focus on older children, children who can already read and write. So how to start? Adjust the format and the content to the level of understanding and fluency of your children. It can be on paper, on a whiteboard, or it can have any other format. You can be as creative as you want. It's really up to you. Decide together about what to put in your daily and weekly schedule. What activities should be in there? The swimming lessons, the football, hockey, gymnastics, practice. When do our children start the daycare, the preschool, or the school? Or when is our important meeting? When are you going to work from home or go to your office? You can then go through the schedule with your children every day to check the time they have this dentist appointment or need to be at the swimming pool, meet with their friends, attend the birthday party, and so on. Are there any clashes? Are there overlappings? How will you solve these as a family? You can also invite your children to check the calendar independently. So this is one part I find useful, especially when our dear ones keep asking, when do I have to be there? When do I have to leave? And what is coming next? And when is that appointment, etc. And when they totally rely on us to keep track on all items on the schedule. So instead of giving them the answer and somehow micromanaging it all, we can prompt them to take the responsibility over their own schedule and keep track of the time they need for activities or to get ready. Invite your children to add items on the calendar, maybe choosing their color so we know who is doing what and when. Going through their daily routine helps young children develop a sense of time, sequence, and responsibility. And it helps older children to keep organized, not forget appointments or important time-sensitive tasks. Also, when we share each family member's calendar, we can keep each other accountable, remind about something, or even help each other with some of the tasks. Now, here is how you can make it multilingual. When adding items to the calendar, our children and we can use any of our languages. It would just be helpful for everyone to understand what the others have put on the calendar. But we can also take it as an opportunity to learn a new word in a language our children or other members of the family feeding this calendar know. Even for setting up the calendar, you can write Tuesday in English, for example, mercoledì in Italian, and so forth. The same for appointments, afspraken, or go to the gym, palestra, bring B naar de trimmer, or renouvelle l'abonnement de A, brood kaufen. As I said, using various languages in the calendar is a fun way to practice our vocabulary, and it is also a great way to portray how we use our languages in our multilingual family. Now, if we start this when our children are still young, continuing it throughout the years will be much easier. It will also help us as a family to share some milestones, like important games or competitions, celebrations, the big moments and the smaller moments that make every day special. Now, what I like the most in this activity is that it fosters collaboration, thinking and planning together. When everyone is involved, we all feel more included, we have a say, and show also interest in each other's life. And it's a great opportunity to discuss why certain routines and tasks matter to our family and discuss also priorities and collaborations. If your children just started school in a new language, you can invite them to draft a chart for what the new routine at school is. And for the teachers, they can actually also do the same. These calendars and routine charts are a great help for newcomers who do not know the school language yet, because these charts, these visuals, help them to easier adjust to the new routine and language. So whether you want to build a sense of routine, strengthen language skills, encourage teamwork, or simply find another way to bond with the others in your household or in the class, as we were talking about teachers, a calendar or routine chart is a wonderful way to keep it all visible and organized whilst also connecting with each other. As I'm very curious per nature, I would love to see images or descriptions of your charts or calendars, so please share them with us in the comments. For more activities and games of this kind, have a look at our toolbox for multilingual families and the Parent's Guide to Raising Multilingual Children. And as always, please comment, share and subscribe for more games and activities.